What's up, everybody? Welcome back to more DayZ. Man, you know what I would like though? Should have came out aiming like this to check to see if the coast was clear. You know what I would like? A pot. If I can find like a pot, I could do like a giant seafood boil. You just throw all your fillets, cutlets, beef, whatever else you have into that pot. Do a giant dinner boil, giant seafood boil, bro. It's amazing, and it holds a. You can hold a ton of food. It holds like 12 slots. That's plenty food you can hold. And we kind of had to go back up in there to find like wildlife. But I'm fine with just fishing. So I guess I guess I'm more so pescatarian. You could do that on this map. Because fishing is so easy. It's the easiest, really. Trying to find random fruits and random food. Don't ever bank on that, bro. Always hunt and fish and grow your own food. Now, you could do all this on this map, minus the growing part. It's too cold. So, what you can do is when you spawn in, you know, eat your fruit, or I can't remember I haven't been a fresh spawn on this map in so long. I can't remember if you spawn with a piece of fruit. If not, you have to make a long. I think you do though. You make a long stick, or you can search. Somebody made a fireplace to stay warm. You can search like those fisherman huts for a fishing rod. Look at the boonie hats for a fishing for a hook, or a jig. Like I just found a jig. You don't even need a worm. You can just throw it in and fish. All right. Or what you want to do is you want to cut down these, get some short sticks, and craft an improvised hook. First of all, you need to go to find a path, a dirt path, and you can craft a stone knife, and then you can because that steak knife is gonna ruin. Cut down this. All right, make a wooden hook. Right, dig up a worm, put the worm on, attach it to the long stick. Oh, I'm sorry, you have to craft a rope through intestines, or find a rope, and you can attach that to the long stick with the hook, with the worm. You now have a fishing rod. You do that, you have an unlimited source of food. All right, and having a limited source of food helps you to thrive in this game. Sure, you can survive. Sure, of course, but you don't want to just survive, do you? You want to thrive, bro. You want to be vibing and thriving. You want to vibing and thriving. So, with that said, fish, at least on this map, even on any map, all right. If you're not, my character's mostly plant based on, at least for the most part, on Chernarus and Livonia. But on this map, you can't be because the weather's too harsh. Nothing can grow, so you have to be pescatarian and/or carnivore on this map. Unfortunately, it is what it is. You can try to be plant-based, but it's gonna be very, 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 very hard. That's one heck of a challenge, to the point where it's just stupid. So just just go carnivore and pescatarian if you want to do that thing. That kind of challenge. It keeps the games refreshing to me. Keeps them getting boring, stale, and mundane, doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Throwing new challenges when it's like when there's no new updates, no major updates, and you kind of get bored. It's kind of getting stale. It's kind of getting, and at that point, you're just kind of like going through the steps, right? Right. And you don't want to feel that way. I get it. So throwing little fun challenges like the no backpack challenge. I mentioned this several times over the last several seasons on this channel. How many seasons? 7, 8 seasons? Is it 6? I'm saying several seasons, and it's only 6. I don't. Oh man. Anyway, over the seasons, over the course of the years I've been playing this, I've been saying that I've done that no backpack challenge. I saw a YouTuber do it, and fell in love with it. I said, let me try it. It was hard at first because, you know, gear attachment or gear fear, whatever you have, you really don't want to get rid of that, all that gear. If you're already kitted out and fully, you're fully, you're fully upgraded player, right? and you decide I'm gonna do this challenge, but then you don't want to get rid of the plate carrier. You don't want to get rid of like the 2, 3 assault rifles you have in your mountain backpack or combat backpack. You don't want to get rid of the 4 firearms, right? I mean, some people I've seen y'all be walking around. Like if you ever got into a PvP skirmish and you take out like a fully geared player, I said fully kitted, fully geared player, you go and loot and they have like 2 assault rifles, 3 pistols, like a million bullets, you know, like enough ammo. Enough ammo to start a PMC, you know. I used to be that guy, carry all those weapons, and realistically, you're not even going to use them all. So they're having weapons, no ammo, because in this game they had that I don't want to say stupid, because it's survival, right? It's like they'll have it to where, oh, here's the 545 by, 39 ammo, which the KA rifles use that. Those things are freaking monsters, by the way. All right, but look at that, no KA to put it in. Oh, you gotta get to a military base. Get to a military base. Uh-oh, a million players have already been here and looted all the weapons. Oh no, so now you're stuck with like a box of ammo you can't even really use. So do you drop it or do you save it, hoping you will find the weapon later on, which is usually the situation I find myself in, right? Where I'll find ammo, no gun, gun, no ammo. Now, they've said, oh, we've tweaked the ecosystem. We've tweaked the ecosystem. Said it multiple times over the last like 8 years that, you know, I've been playing the game. Or 7 years. I don't, what is it, 7? 2019? The game's been out longer than that. But since I've playing it, they've been like, we tweaked the ecosystem. But yet, I still find myself in the same situation of finding gun, no ammo, ammo, no gun. Now, obviously, they can only tweak it but so much because, you know, players, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, I chalked up, you know, it is what it is. People will get to, we all have our own loot routes. People will get to the area, you know, that you're trying to get to before you. There's nothing you can do about that. There's nothing I can do about that. I understand that. But still, and then you could just play on a community server. No, I'd rather play on an official server. I don't knock it, but I'd rather just not play on something that's been altered or, you know, 10 times more loot. It's like, no. Nothing that's been like altered or changed, which is the same as altered. Anything added or tweaked just to give you more. It's like, no, I'd rather it be organic. I'd rather rewards be more organic rather than being tweaked and changed to kind of favor one thing to give you more. I'd rather it be organic. But like I said, and it's only so much tweaking they can do to the ecosystem without making it too easy, because we still have to realize it is a survival sim. And we have to survive. You won't really be doing much surviving if everything's just given to you on a silver platter. Now, would you? You know, I understand. I have to realize that myself. I know I complain about things like I want these things here to be farmed, to be able to be farmed. It just makes sense. There's no way you cannot know this, right? There's no way, or we just didn't realize. It's like, no, you see it that you made the game. There's no way you don't know this. But I'm thinking in their minds, they see it as what I was just talking about earlier about maybe it's too easy. And, you know, it would defeat the purpose of you having to farm from the trees and the bushes and stuff like that. But it doesn't. I mean, it is what it is. It's realistic. It's a survival sim, right? It's realistic for people living in this type of weather conditions, to have wood on the ready every morning. I think even in reality, there's a, over in this country, what is it? I think Russia or near Russia. What is it called? Yakutsk? Let me know down below. What is it? What's that? It's like the coldest country, I think, in the world. I think they're even worse than Alaska even. think it's like negative 20 degrees over there, bro. It's like the sun isn't. I can't remember if the lady. I gotta look at the video again. I can't remember if the lady said where it's permanently dark. I don't think it is, but I know it's negative 20 degrees, and they have special pipes, not like us over here, but they have like special pipes, insulated pipes, so that they don't burst because hot water when it connects to frozen pipes, it'll cause a pipe burst. So to prevent that, the pipes have to be specially made and insulated at like all times. It's just that cold over there. But without straying too far from the topic, I think those wooden things, the wooden logs the piles of logs that's out in front of houses, you should be able to farm those. I'm gonna go around. It is what it is. But as I said earlier, I understand. Like maybe you should be able to farm these as well. Like this stuff is here right for the picking. Why wouldn't you be? I understand this is a survival sim, and I understand that we don't want it to be too easy because it would defeat the purpose of everything. That's like when they with the can opener. When you use something other than a can opener to open like canned peaches, canned beans, whatever, so on and so forth, right? Spaghetti. You notice that the food quality goes down when you open it. Okay, it'd be at 80%. All right, you'll lose some food. It'd be at 80%. Use a sledgehammer to bash it open. When you open it, that's pretty much pulverizing to get the can open. Okay, it's down like 60%. But if you use like a knife, all right, 80%. All right, but if you use a can opener, it's 100%. Because if you just used everything else and you got 100%, it would defeat the purpose of the can opener. You understand? So I understand. I think I know and understand where the head's at. It's just, me as a player, just consider like, okay, let us farm from those piles of wood. Now I understand you can farm from the lumber. I've seen that, but like I think you need the saw or something. You can farm from the lumber. But that makes no sense. I can farm from the lumber, but I can't farm from the wood logs that's been chopped and prepared? What the heck? Like, what the heck? Sorry, I got quiet there in the middle of that explanation. I had to lock in for a minute. It's like, what the heck, bro? Doesn't make any sense, and that's coming from a survival standpoint. They did that to they got firewood on the ready, even over here. We're in the States. When it gets cold in the wintertime, people have, depending on where they living at, people have firewood on the ready. That's a survival tactic, to feed the chimney, to feed the furnace, whatever have you. I mean, so it's not like you're taking away from the survival aspect of the game. Like I said, I think the head's at, well, that would defeat the purpose of the trees. Actually, no, it wouldn't. Because all you have to do... Got an extra bandage. I'll grab this one. All you would have to do is, okay, we'll just put on... You can only farm this amount, right? Boom. Okay. I'd be fine with that. We're going to put a cap on it so that it doesn't get too OP. Okay, no problem. No problem at all. So that will make perfect sense. Oh, of course, she turns around and comes in the darn doorway as I'm entering in the other side. She enters in the other one. Ripped. Colt 1911, nope. Jungle boots, nope. Them assault boots, though. They got that knife slide. But you can't beat that. You cannot beat things that have extra slots for anything. That way it'll freeze up, not freeze, but it'll free up inventory space. I'm good on bandages for now. Yeah, you carry at least like 3. You at least want to have 2. Because you get aggroed, you know, you're going to be using bandages. And then if you get into a PvP skirmish, you definitely want to have at least 3 bandages. Because they're going to go, blah, they're going to shoot you 3 times. And it's going, that's going to use like half of 1 bandage right there. So you want to be carrying like between 2 and 4. You don't really have to overdo it. Especially if you're playing on a low populated server. But just to be on the safe side, you want to be carrying at least 2. And you are going to spawn with 1. They are forgiving. They give you like a little safety spawn pad. Look at this. Somebody locked the darn door. A little spawn package. They're not completely cruel to where you don't spawn with nothing. Well, I got 1 tetra pill. It's better than nothing. Close this so I don't want one wandering in here. Those things. If you haven't been watching the channel before, those are like charcoal tablets. Basically, another version, charcoal tablets. I think you could take those and eat the snow, cause you can eat the snow. You know, I think for hydration. I don't think it's for hunger. I forgot. I think it's for hydration. But the thing is, you'll get sick if you don't use those tablets. That's the only thing. But yeah, to me, it makes no sense having stuff like props. This is survival. We should be able to take some of this stuff, do stuff with it. Got a bunch of props sitting around these houses, and it's like, man, we should be able to use those, especially on these advanced maps. You got the standard maps, but these advanced maps, we should be able to take that stuff and do something with it. Come around here. Should I hit this house? I know there's like houses that are near the you want to check houses that are near the hospital because they spawn medical equipment as well. See, like over there, surgical mask. Because I guess like the med students. Canvas bag. What we got? Bandage. Oh my God. P1 mag. No, thank you. Auto injector. I don't need that. I'm not in pain. I'll take that EpiPen though. If that will get you infinite stamina, you can't beat that. Especially y'all get into like a melee skirmish, or you the type that you go cut and run. Bro, that's infinite stamina. You will outrun anybody. Yeah, I don't care if it is. It's just for your infinite stamina for like 1 minute or something like that. Maybe. How you wander in there? I think it's just for like, I don't even think it's 1 minute. It's probably like 10, 20 seconds or something like that. But that's all you need in this game. As real as this game is, trust me, that's all you need. Especially you pop that right before a fight. You run up on them, pop it first, and then run up on them. Shoot, you got a clear-cut advantage. Paper for starting a fire. We need that for kindling. A clear-cut advantage. And that's one of the ways you win skirmishes in this game. See, this is what I'm talking about. Look at this. I have a splitting axe. I can't farm it. All they have to do is put a cap on it to keep it from being too OP. Because I understand, like I said, I understand where their head's at. And it makes sense. But it doesn't make sense from a player standpoint to have stuff just sitting here that we can't use. I have a fire axe. Man, I should be able to farm at least. Give me 2 pieces of firewood, at least 2. You don't even have to have, you can farm like 50. It's like, I understand. That's a little much. That would defeat the purpose of the trees. So like I said, cap it off. And if so many people farm from it, then so be it. So be it. We just can't farm from it no more. If they really want to be hardcore with it, once that cap is reached, you have to wait till the server resets. It's not going to reset on its own just by a basic timer. Okay, cool. We want to put contingencies in place. That's cool because where there's always the next YouTuber or someone that is looking to find easier ways to help us out. Like, okay, well, you can do this, and here's how to get farm this and get more, and like finding some type of loophole. You know what I mean? Not necessarily an exploit, nothing that would break the game or nothing that would, that's like cheating. You don't want to. That's where you draw the line. You don't want to do that. But something that would make it easier. And sometimes it can become broken, and then that causes them. No, we're gonna drop an update, patch this. We saw that in Arc Raiders many times over with the Trailblazer grenade, with the trigger nades, and with like I won't say with deadlines, but they didn't nerf it so much as well. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make it to where it takes a bit of extra effort to craft them. That and wolf packs. Now you need a Rocketeer driver to craft wolf packs. Now you need a common igniter to craft deadlines, rather than being super cheap and super easy, right? You know what I mean? Making a bit of extra effort, and people say, "Well, here's how you do this, here's how you do that," and then that's gonna force them to patch this because the games get too easy. When the games get too easy, things can kind of get very like mundane and boring, and we're surrounded. I think I'm gonna stop it here. I don't really feel like dealing with these. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop it here. Somebody come through that door. I got a surprise. And I'm gonna stop it here for today, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Raven from the Sky. If you enjoyed the episode, drop a like and subscribe to the channel and the series grow. Be sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss an upload, all right? Take care. I'll catch you guys in the next episode. And as always, thanks for watching. Peace out.